Good morning, Horizon House. Woo! Woo! You know, I have been searching for a way to fill this room, and I found out that the way to do it is tell them you're leaving. So if you ever hear that term again, all of a sudden every week somebody's leaving, that means you got to show up and be here, be counted. It is great, as always, to see everybody here for Fireside Chat. We always have a busy schedule. And of course, it's my last time here, and you'll get a new person in the mix. She is here. We'll introduce her certainly. And then next week, you're going to have a chance to get much more of a biography of a really terrific successor. And I'm very excited. If it weren't for retirement, I would go to work for her. So that's the kind of person she is. So I'm very happy to be able to announce that. As expected, let's see here. We got a pretty packed schedule, not as packed as normal, but we got some stuff at the end that will relate to my departure. And I'm much more comfortable being on the acknowledging somebody else leaving than being acknowledged. So I will do my best to get through that. But we'll have some new staff introductions. And I must say, I'm really pleased at how we have been able to hire new people recently. It was a struggle. A year ago, we really would have had trouble. And we kind of thought, well, maybe this is like our new normal, and that's not a good thing. And we've had a lot of really good applicants. So we're happy about that. And that ultimately serves all of you. So you will be happy as well. IT updates, Brian's going to talk a little bit about that. There's always something new going on there, and we work hard, and Erica will be working hard to continue to make those things work more smoothly in the future. And then, of course, the big picnic coming up, and, we don't have smoke, right? So it's going to be nice out there. That will be fun. And then I'll have some more announcements and bright spots at the very end before we get on to another part of the program. So with that, staff introductions. Marina?
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Good to see all your beautiful faces. Mask free, well, some of us. All right, let me get these new hires introduced so we can get to the fun stuff. All right, so we announced this last time, but I'll have her give us a wave really quickly. Brenda, say hey. I hope you all have been seeing Brenda around. If you haven't, make sure you tell her welcome back to Horizon House. And we're happy to have her. I know my team is definitely. So we're happy to have her as our HR director here. If you see her, give her a hello, tell her welcome back. And then Miss Erica, can I get a wave? I hope you all have had the chance to meet Erica. If you haven't, she's here with us. She's not going nowhere. So we have time, okay? We have time. All right. And if you know some things, know some events, know some places she should check out, go ahead and send it to her or send it to Beth. She'll probably appreciate that. She's not from here, so we want to make sure she's acclimated with all things Seattle. And then I don't see him here, but you all will be happy to know that we are expanding our sales department. And I had the pleasure and opportunity to onboard Camilio, and he is coming on as our new sales manager and will be helping with the West Wing project. All right, then I have another new hire that I got an opportunity to onboard. So her name is Savannah Brown. Savannah is actually from Baltimore, Maryland. And so she is still here. She's been here for about a year, so still fairly new, but she's happy to be here with Horizon House. And we're happy to have her working in the garage as a garage attendant and parking valet. And then we have Maggie, who is coming to us as a server for food services. Maggie, she'll be coming in the afternoon times as well as going to school. So if you see Maggie, you tell her welcome. And then I feel like you've seen this other person around. He's probably helped you with some IT support. You know, you probably passed them in the hallway. Hi, Javier. And then I have another person that is working for the garage attendant and parking valet, and that is Trey Wells. If you say Trey, tell him hello and welcome. So one thing I learned about Trey during onboarding is that he is a graduate from Franklin High School. My sister teaches at Franklin High School. And so while he didn't have her as a teacher, they knew each other. And I was like, well, small world, you know, I'll tell her you say hello. And then Maya Robertson is coming to us as an elder care assistant. We're really happy to have her. She'll be here as an on-call capacity for the moment. And then I'm seeing if she'll go ahead and increase to maybe full-time, part-time later, but she's in school right now. And then Daniel, he is working as a housekeeper for EVS. Now, let me tell you about Daniel. Me and Daniel's schedules have just been really hard to connect with each other. That is why a picture is not displayed. But I will tell you, when that picture board gets put back up, I will make sure all pictures are updated, okay? And you can see everyone's face. But please don't hold that one against me. And then I introduced this last month at the June Fireside Chat. So I figured I'd keep it going, but I'll keep it short and sweet. But I did want to start sharing with you all the the employees that have been here and their milestone anniversaries. We do celebrate milestone anniversaries here at Horizon House, whether it's 5, 10, 15, 20. I could keep going on and on. And so if you all see these employees around, please tell them congratulations and thank you for their hard work and dedication to Horizon House over the years. You all know, of course, Mark, our facilities coordinator. He celebrated 5 years with us and has been here since July 3rd, 2018. So if you see Mark, you tell him congratulations. And then we have Sean, our chief engineer. Now, I told Sean the other day, I said, this picture looks like you're a baby. And maybe he was like fresh out of high school. He does have an interesting story here. So, you know, if you see him, you tell him congratulations. But I think what I'll do is I'll connect with him and we'll get a new picture. Yeah. So 15 years with us. That is amazing. And then we have Myrna. Myrna works in assisted living. She's one of our elder care assistants. And Myrna has been here for 15 years also. She doesn't come down off the floor often, but if you do happen to see her, you tell her congratulations and thank you. All right, and now I'll have Brian Levitt come up with our IT updates. Thank you.
Well, good morning and happy Friday. So I've been up 3 months in a row to talk about our Wi-Fi personal network, the service we're going to transition to. Just want to make sure we're not going to surprise anyone as we move to this new service. But we're replacing Horizon residents with a new service that's going to be called HHWPN, Wi-Fi personal network. When are things going to happen? Well, in July, we're building out the infrastructure, getting everything tested and ready. In early August, we're going to make the new connection available to people. And then we're going to start helping people transition over to the new Wi-Fi service in August and September. So the new network you're going to see when you look at the Wi-Fi list in your device, you'll see something called HHWPN. We're going to give a letter to all the active users that currently use our Wi-Fi service to let them know how the connection transition is going to work. And then we're also looking at people who have accounts, but they don't have any devices that connect. And we'll send them a letter too, just letting them know that if they want to connect, we'll help them as well. Right now, we're working in creating accounts. We're preparing welcome letters with the instructions, and we're looking at gathering up common, instructions for common devices that people have that we can also help getting people connected with. So we're doing our best to get a lot of stuff done up front before we start moving people over to the new service. Then I have some breaking news. As they say, I think it was Oscar Wilde, no good deed goes unpunished. Well, the system we're getting rid of, which is called Splash Access, it's kind of like, I don't know if you ever saw that movie Carrie that came out. At the end, it's all nice, and all of a sudden Carrie's hand comes out from the grave and to snatch the person in. Well, Splash Access wants to do that with your devices. So it wants to keep them onboarded and make them configured in a different way. So we just discovered this yesterday in our testing. So we're looking at some ways to work around that to make the transition easy and smooth. But it might mean that as we're moving people from one service to the other, we're going to need to offer a lot more help than we anticipated we would need to offer, which means it will just take a little bit more time. But we're not going to leave anyone stranded. We need to figure out how to make it work best. So how does this work? And this is just an overview of how the new service will work. Each apartment is assigned a unique key of special passcode that's only for your apartment and your devices. When you connect to the Wi-Fi network using that key, all your devices become secure and can work together, but are isolated from everyone else. So it keeps things secure. Your printer can talk to your computer, and your Sonos speaker can get music from your computer. All those things will work together and be secure without having to go through the system we use now to register devices. So that's where we end up. And that's my update for Wi-Fi. And we'll have residents council and some news on the picnic next.
Well, a few of you have been wondering where in the world has the picnic gone. Yesterday was the annual picnic yet last year, and it was hot. And the year before that, it was hot. And the year before that, it was hot. So on advice from the kitchen staff, we decided not to have it in July. And we're going to aim for cool weather in September. The date is September 7th, and we're going to have cool weather. I want to guarantee it. So anyway, that's the only thing I have to announce.
Thanks, Norm. I like the idea that he can guarantee things. I wish I had, that's a skill that I worked on, but never really worked for me. So Norm's your man. Okay, let's see here. Okay, a couple of. When in doubt. Yeah, some things haven't changed. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh. Well, we'll just keep marching along without that technology, right? We're getting used to that. We know how to do that. You got to improvise. Well, the first announcement, of course, is just going back to talking about that Erica, the new CEO, has joined. We've been working together for the last couple of weeks, and it's really been terrific. Sharing a lot of the details of how things work so that she's well prepared. And I think she is well prepared. And with your help and patience, she will continue to be prepared. Next week, on Friday the 4th, there'll be a special presentation where she'll get to share a little bit of her background. And it's very different. She's coming from Flint, Michigan, and there's just a lot of great stories there that she will tell you about and her family. And you'll get a chance to get to know her better through that and through the reception following. The next is everyone has probably already seen that the farmers market has returned down here. And that's always a popular event. And we hope that that will, continue on for indefinitely, but a great place to get your flowers and fruit and all sorts of other good stuff. And then bright spots. Okay, well, we had our Pride Parade and it was really well attended and we marched around the building. And, we have chosen to be a beacon for diversity and for inclusion and take the time to acknowledge it and not be afraid to take a stand. And it was fun to have both residents and staff participate in that. My computer's coming back. Thank you, Andre. Okay. Great. Okay. And then, of course, the ice cream social. I mean, absolutely the biggest event here where it draws everybody. So the two ways to get crowds are tell them that you're leaving and serve ice cream. Okay. Those are the two things. I say it again so that Erica knows that's how you get the crowd. All right. I think that is it for, I think that is it for all of our bright spots. Any questions or anything before we move on to the next piece? Our next fireside chat will be, I keep saying we, I'll say we till about noon today, and then I won't say we anymore. Friday, August 25th will be the next fireside chat. And I think that's it for the main part of the program, unless anybody's got any questions. Anybody have any answers? Wait, I know you have answers. All right. Oh, that's right, I'm first. Oh. It's kind of taking me out of my groove here. So, final thoughts. It has been a wonderful experience. And I have appreciated all of you very much. The thing that I noticed most and probably learned from residents was intentionality. That everybody who lives at Horizon House is intentional. I mean, maybe not every day, maybe not all the time, but this is a place where you live intentionally. And that is my big takeaway is, we have so much time after we retire to do the things that we want to do. And you got to take the time to be thoughtful about what you want to do and be in the places and with the people that you want to be with. And this is what you have done here. My other thoughts, I guess, would be that I have really appreciated the team that I've been able to work with. They are all terrific. Lori, Christy, Brian Holtz, Brian Levitt, Beth, Joan, Andrew, Eli. I mean, everybody has really been, terrific to work with and a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed working with the Board of Trustees. I've really enjoyed working with the Residents Council to try to make sure that, we didn't make everything perfect. Obviously, there's still issues and things that need to be worked on. That's why it's called a job. You always have that. You have to keep at it. But it's been a good experience. And I think that the relationship between residents and staff is so strong and leadership and staff is so strong that it makes for a real collaborative effort to make Horizon House the place that you want to be. And that is just not a shared experience in a lot of other communities. There is a lot of communities take a great satisfaction in the gap, in the distance between residents and staff and leadership. And we take the opposite approach. We say that really the best ideas come from a collaborative involvement. And, we have rolled off, I have personally rolled off bad decisions. When it comes apparent that a decision that seemed brilliant in my own mind, which almost everyone does seem brilliant in my own mind. I'm married to a woman who reminds me they're not that brilliant. And when it has been shared and you realize that you were going down a path that really wasn't the path you needed to go to, then, have the courage to say, I was wrong. We didn't do that right. And then regroup, gather everybody and go the right direction. And I hope that on balance, we have done most of that over these, past 4 years and certainly my other 6 years as the CFO. So hopefully that's the case. So I think that that collaboration is something that will always continue. It's a cultural imperative here at Horizon House. And I think that is what we can always expect. And I know that in the CEO search, part of that process was to make sure that somebody could be identified who was going to carry on that tradition, not somebody who was going to compete with that, but somebody who was going to carry it on. And I think that that is who Erica is. The toughest thing that I would say in my role here, and I think this is true for anyone who's a CEO of a senior living community, is balancing the needs of the community today versus the balance of the needs of the community in the future. And it is a very challenging line to straddle because you make decisions that will disappoint the people who are here today because of the maybe frustration, the notion of change, whether in our case, it involves construction or whatever. And it's not that we don't care about who is here today. We care deeply about who is here today. And we care deeply about who will be here tomorrow. And you've heard me say this and others say this, that we all stand on the shoulders of others. People who have made decisions before us that have made our life good. And then there are those times in which it becomes your shoulders that somebody else must stand upon. And that's what we've done. So, thank you.
Well, Mike, you're gonna have to get up again. Because I am here and I want to thank you. We've only worked together for 7 months, but it has
But
been.
they've been like dog years.
I want to thank you for all your help, your forthrightness, your honesty, and your willingness to help. It's been a terrific experience. It really has. I've grown to appreciate you so much. And with that, we have a gift from the residents of Horizon House, which I would like you to open.
Okay.
It's in here somewhere. It's heavy, so go
Okay,
ahead.
all right, okay. Oh my gosh, gee. Okay,
Get that out of your way.
all right. Oh my gosh, you're not kidding.
No, I'm not
All
kidding. It's
right,
heavy.
wow. Wow, oh, wow. It says in gratitude for a decade of wizardry. Oh my gosh. This is awesome. Oh,
I
man.
hope when you look at it in the future, you think about your years here at Horizon House with affection and a smile. And when your grandson in a few years asks you, Grandpa, what were you doing? I hope you come up with a good story for him.
Oh, thank you.
Good
Oh
luck
my
in
gosh.
your travels and your future and
Thank you
bye.
so much, Deanna. Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's okay. I'm not going to move it now. We're coming on now. I guess we're next. Zoa. I'm sorry. Okay, got it. My cousin just appeared. Zoa, where is the mic? My cousin just appeared from Vashon Island and threw everything off. May I have a show of hands, please, of everyone who attended Taylor Swift's extravaganzas last weekend at Lumen Field, please? Okay. Well, I'm sorry that so many people missed such a wonderful show, but I know that you've heard that your world famous ukulele group has been on the road for weeks opening Taylor's shows. And we were down again last weekend. Okay. But we returned home to find out, to receive the shock that our wonderful, beloved CEO is on the road heading for Montana and a little piece of heaven. Please join us with heavy hearts, singing and wishing Mike a wonderful life on and off the road. Danny, let's get on the road again. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road. Remember to sing. Life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Going places that I've never been. Seeing things that I may never see again, and I may wait to get on the road again. On the road again. Like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keep turning our way. And our way, one on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road at 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. On the road again. Like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keep turning our way. And our way on the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. And I can't wait to get on the road again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, we're on to Enjoy Yourself. This is a sing-along. The lyrics are up front. Hint. All right, you ready for this one? All right. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2, 3. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. You've raced our halls, you strutted your stuff and kept our chats alive. News the cast, the many ways that HH residents thrive. You set our sights on 33 flights, and who could ask for more? The challenges, well, life is life. We still yourself. It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. You've been our chief through thick and thin, the good times and the bad. It's time you had some real relief from worries that you had. You helped us keep our house afloat when much of news was grim. We lift a toast of gratitude with song that will be. We sing, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Enjoy yourself while you're still in the pink. The years go by as quickly as a wink. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you think. Enjoy yourself, it's later than you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you to the string alongs. Very entertaining as always. I think some of them might be sneaking out to grab their seats in the Fireside Lounge for the reception afterwards. Some might stay here. I'm not sure. I'm stalling. Do I need to stall? All right. Anywho, in case any of you do not know who I am, my name is Beth and I am Mike's assistant. Well, now it's Barrett. It used to be Reese. Anyway, so I'm here for Mike, not me. Come on, Eli. So I am giving Mike his gift on behalf of Horizon House. So we'll have you come on up here, Mike. So first off, we got him a nice gift certificate to a nice steak restaurant in Bozeman. Well, hopefully it's a nice restaurant. I've never been there, so hopefully it's good because that's their new home once they get settled. So you don't need to open that here. But we also got, since he's moving to the country, we thought it'd be appropriate to get you a belt with a belt buckle. The belt buckle says, Best CEO 2023. And in the middle, it has the Horizon House logo engraved.
Awesome. Oh,
And then,
wow.
and then also on the inside of the belt, we have engraved Happy Retirement, Mike, all the best, Horizon House. So, I mean, he might not actually wear this belt buckle, but maybe he'll use the belt. And
Thank you.
one other thing, in case the belt is not enough, we also got a pair of suspenders in case he needs both a belt and suspenders. So, so,
Thank you, Beth.
so that's my executive assistant hat. This is my Beth hat. Just a silly story of when Mike and I first started working together, I accidentally sent a text to Mike that was supposed to go to my boyfriend. I discovered this when Mike comes into my office and says, I think maybe you were trying to send this to Steven. And I was like, what? And then I was like, oh no. The text I accidentally sent to my new boss was, good morning, handsome. Have a great day. And then an emoji with a winky kiss face to my new boss. I thought I was gonna die. So, but then to bring it all full circle, that was the beginning of our work relationship. And then the end, just last month, I married that handsome, and Mike and Chris were able to come, and it was very special. So, full circle.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
And next up, so we do have a couple of people that had planned to speak. So we have Christy, we have Lori, we also have George Counts, and then we will open it up to open mic. So if anyone else has something they would like to either wish Mike his farewells, or if you have a funny story that you want to share, we'll open that up at the end. But next up, we do have Christy.
Well, we have had numerous events in the last few weeks, celebrating Mike, preparing him to go out into the real world. But today is hard. Saying goodbye is hard. I have learned a lot from this man in the last 10 years. I appreciate your wit, your intelligence, your humbleness. I like that we've been able to laugh every day, even though we're dealing with some very challenging things at times. Most of you probably know that Mike is famous for his three-legged stool analogy. You've probably heard that many times. So in honor of Mike and all of the Mike-isms that we've all come to love over his past 10 years. Mike, when the rubber hits the road, when the tail that wags the dog so hard the dog gets a nosebleed, when you're throwing spaghetti on the wall to see what sticks, and when you're trying not to boil the ocean in your retirement adventures, I hope that you find your new three-legged stool.
Good morning. Well, like Christy, I've been dreading this day. From the time Mike announced his retirement quite a few months ago, we had the great fortune of a lot of time to prepare for this. In some ways, it made it harder, but I am so grateful that we have had the time that we've had, Mike, to celebrate and honor you. I have to say that I know so many of you have worked with Mike in different capacities. And Mike is one of the most hardworking individuals I've had the privilege of working with. He's hardworking and he's humorous. And in Mike's role as a CEO, he's been tasked with having to make very difficult decisions, some not always popular. And behind those tough decisions and delivering those tough decisions and the messaging behind that has always been heart. And I know sometimes it's hard to see that when you have to convey the tough messages, but I am here to tell you that Mike has been steadfast in his mission and intentionality in always leading with heart and positioning Horizon House and all of us for long-term sustainability. That's been his absolute mission, critical mission, to ensure as we come to new crossroads that Horizon House is here for the long-term future as we want it to be, and that the vibrancy can continue with which you all have enjoyed and those of us who work here have cherished. On a personal note, Mike, I just have adored, absolutely adored working with you and your mentorship. I have loved hearing about your family and Chris, the new grandchild, the sons who have transitioned to husband, to fiance. And I have been living vicariously through Mike to imagine the intentionality of living this next chapter of life as my work career comes to an end, not anytime soon. I have a little more runway to go before that time comes, but truly, it's really been a joy to hear as you've been planning for your next adventure in life. And I'm going to miss you so much. And I thank you for your mentorship and all that you have done. Thank you.
Hello there. We appreciated your willingness to step in to Sarah's shoes. And you were immediately hit with all sorts of challenges. First was COVID. Then the master planning, which had been delayed. The strategic planning, which had been delayed, leading to the decision for the necessary expansion. All of these you were faced with. All of us were faced with them, but you're the face of it. Among your most memorable and important attributes to me, as a CEO, a willingness to be open, to have an open door policy. That I find extraordinary among organizations that I know. You have a willingness to listen. You might not agree, but at least you have a willingness to listen. You know, you and I have had the privilege of spending a lot of time with each other. First was regular meetings when I was a part of the leadership of the Residence Council. Then, of course, the COVID task force. We met every day, 5 days a week, for a period which extended for me of being almost 16 months. That's a long time of interacting with someone, and you really get to know them. And then finally, the past year and a half as a member of the Board of Trustees, I have come to really know and respect your leadership, and also to respect you as a person. Happy trails, my friend.
Does anyone else have something they would like to say? I will pass off the mic. Not that mic, this mic. Oh, here we go.
So Tom Spiro here, Mike. A different side of Mike was that he hobbled around for the longest time with, I think it was a torn ankle or something like that, which was pretty painful. And about the same time, I had a rather painful back operation and was hobbling around myself. And Mike looked at me and said, "Do exactly what they tell you to in physical therapy." He did that and got better, and I'm doing that, and I think I'm doing much better. So thank you for that advice, Mike Ostrom.
Mike, I always appreciated the fact that your door was open and I could come in and talk to you about anything. You were one of the main ingredients in the secret sauce. And showing up on Halloween, making a fool of yourself in a costume takes a lot of character. Not too many CEOs are willing to do that, and we appreciate you being part of that. But there's one bit of advice I want to give. Remember the monster dance? Mike, stay off the dance floor until you get an instructor.
Eli?
Okay, so Mike, I will say that I absolutely enjoyed having access to you. I mean, you're very generous with your advice, and just like Christy and Lori mentioned, the mentorship. You are a good thinker. You're really quick, and you challenge me to be the best I can be. And not that it's about me, but frankly, I've always been impressed, absolutely impressed with the potential you've seen in me. Happy trails, happy trails.
Joan is going to come up to the podium. She has a poem she would like to read.
This is one of my favorite poems. Some of you may be familiar with it. It's called To Be of Use. And I think it's very appropriate to the occasion. The people I love best jump into work headfirst, without dallying in the shallows, and swim off with sure strokes almost out of sight. They seem to become natives of that element, the black, sleek heads of seals bouncing like half-submerged balls. I love people who harness themselves an ox to a heavy cart, who pull like water buffalo with massive patience who strain in the mud and muck to move things forward. To do what has to be done again and again. I want to be with people who submerge in the task, who go into fields to harvest and work in a row and pass the bags along, who are not parlor generals and field deserters, but move in a common rhythm when the food must come in or the fire be put out. The work of the world is common as mud. Botched, it smears the hands, crumbles to dust. But the thing worth doing, well done, has a shape that satisfies, clean and evident. Greek amphoras for wine or oil. Hopi vases that held corn are put in museums. But you know they were made to be used. The pitcher cries for water to carry, and a person for work that is real. Thank you for everything, Mike.
Oh, we have one over here. Grant.
I wanted to say just a word in the effect that Mike has had on our architectural quality. He brought in, after I'd tried for many years, he brought in the Methuen firm to, I think, our great benefit, and I see that as a really significant legacy that he has left for us.
We have Sam.
Mike, I will astonish you by saying Sam Dworkin has nothing to say.
We have one in the back, and then we'll get to Ann over here.
That's a hard one to follow, Mike, but I wanted to let you know that I offered an item to Lori the other day, and she said Horizon House didn't need it, so maybe you could use it. It's a defibrillator that I don't need anymore.
It's hard to do this, but I'll do it anyway. When I became a trustee, and I've been trustee during the last 3 CEOs here, I didn't really know what the job was. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. And fortunately, there were many residents, including Ned Lang and others, who really helped me out and said, you can do this, you know, and you can join us and be part of the governance structure that I live in. And it was a challenge, but it became something that was so meaningful to me. And when Bob left and we hired Sarah, there was a huge change. As some of you who were here then remember what a difference it meant, how it was a whole kind of a breath of fresh air, and at the same time, a different concept of leadership and a different emphasis on how we do business here. And when Sarah left and Mike stepped up, there was this, on the board, there was this, oh, thank goodness. This is what we need. And this is where we need to put our energies, is behind this man who understands what it is to run an organization, lead an organization, and set examples in leadership for an organization that will take us where we need to go. And Mike, you more than met that challenge. And personally, when we hit the COVID time and the strategic planning issues, and I was president of the board, his hand was always out, not to admonish, but in handshake and in fellowship and in joint collaborative leadership. And I've never in my life, professionally and otherwise, experienced the incredible success that comes from true collaborative leadership, which he has demonstrated. So I want to say thank you. It's made a huge difference in my life. I've learned so much. Godspeed.
Oh, we have one. Brenda, come on up.
Mike, I just want to say thank you. Some of you know that I left Horizon House temporarily due to personal reasons. And when I learned that there was an opportunity to come back, I grappled with it because I really enjoyed working under Mike. He has really set an expectation and a legacy here that I've never experienced elsewhere. The quality and care that he brings into work every day that is so fundamental to the conversations that we have from both an employee experience and resident experience, and prioritizing that in every decision that we make was life-changing for me in my career. And while, Mike is no longer going to be with us physically here, I know that he has left a legacy with the leadership team and staff across all levels. And you can see that in the different employees that we have. And, the decision to come back, even though Mike, you're not going to be here, there's a lot of you that's still going to live on. And I appreciate the leadership and the mentorship that you have provided, even if I've never expressed it. And so thank you.
I wasn't even talking and I'm crying. Anyone else? Anyone else? All right.
Well, I just want to say, this is harder than I thought it would be. And I probably talk for everybody here when I say that. The only compensation is wishing you a great deal of happiness and joy in your retirement. But it's harder for Lynn and I in particular because, this is a 50-year thing for you and I, for Lynn and I, and largely because I was on the staff with Chris at Plymouth Church for a while, and you were sort of around. And since then, we discovered how wonderful it is to have you around, and we've just enjoyed. You've enriched our lives, both of you, so much. When we look for that continued enrichment wherever you are. Okay.
We have Marjan.
Mike, I have learned so much from you, either through you or through Christy trickling down to me. And I wanted to say thank you. And on a personal level, a few years ago, I had a rough time where my father-in-law passed away. And within 4 to 5 days, our puppy died also of unexpected circumstances. And if it wasn't for you and your encouragement to get out there and get yourself another pup in the house, because that will change your life, that will change how your daughter thinks about things. I probably wouldn't have done that. And I want to say thank you so much. Thank you for being such a great leader. Thank you for being so personable with staff and residents and everyone at Horizon House. And I'm going to tremendously miss you. That's all I have to say.
Anyone else? Are you guys all looking at the clock and seeing it's almost 11, which means snack time?
Let me say thank you again to all of you, staff and to residents, how much I've appreciated all of this and the acknowledgement of things that have mattered to me. I think in acknowledgements, when you hear the things you think are important to you that are being reflected from others, it really means a lot. So thank you so very, very much.
Thank you all. And now we can exit to the Fireside Lounge. We have some nice refreshments out there for a reception. Feel free to stay around and mingle with Mike too. Thank you, everyone.